All right, as we just were talking to Jared Blickery about, Reddit is nearing or looking at a potential IPO. I know Ines Ferre has more to say on this one. Ines, if Reddit does IPO, really, they could probably thank the meme stock community.
Yeah, that's right. Because Reddit really got on the map during the meme stop community, during the meme stop frenzy. I mean, it is a community that's very tight knit, and people who used it really use it religiously. But it became sort of mainstream with Wall Street Bets and GameStop. So Reddit is looking to hire lawyers for an IPO, and this is according to a Reuters report. And this IPO would happen sometime early next year. Now, it's looking to value its company at some $15 billion. Its most recent private funding valuation came in at $10 billion. So $15 billion would be a 50% jump up from that valuation. The timing, of course, and the valuation of the company all so much depends on market conditions, as we know with IPOs. And the CEO, Steve Huffman, had told the New York Times that he was hoping that he would want to do an IPO, perhaps that's looking to go public. He had said this to the New York Times sometime last year. So if it does go public, there's some venture capitalists that would gain from this, Peter Thiel being one of them. Tencent also is an investor in Reddit, and even Snoop Dogg. So Snoop Dogg could benefit from this as well. And the company has really gained millions of users during the GameStop saga, frenzy, if you will. The company won't say how many, but we know that Wall Street Bets, for example, has now more than 10 million members, and that's a huge jump from where that number was prior to this frenzy. Reddit makes most of its money from advertising, and it reported $100 million in revenue in the second quarter of this year. That's almost 3 times as much for the same quarter last year. If you scroll through some of the comments on Wall Street Bets right now regarding this news, this headline, you'll notice that a lot of Redditors, a lot of Wall Street Bets users are saying that the only reason why they use Reddit is because it's not like Twitter, it's not like Facebook. They think that Facebook is for grandpas. They don't like the type of advertising that they see. And so they don't want Reddit to be monetized so much as some of the other social media platforms. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if it does go public, how advertising changes perhaps or doesn't change on the platform. But that's something that some of the Redditors are talking about.
And I was like, it's just from your initial take on this, because I know you've covered the meme stock frenzy so closely. I guess, how do you expect a name like Reddit to be received on the street? We had Robinhood go public earlier this year. Shares have performed pretty decent since that IPO. I think it's up just over 25%, might be up just around 30% since that public debut. But what are you expecting from a name like Reddit?
Yeah, it's interesting. I listened to what Jared had to say about media companies and consolidation and such. I agree with that. But I also think that as far as the retail trade's concerned, retailers, I actually just had exchanged a Twitter message with one Redditor that told me that he wouldn't be surprised if you would see the same type of pop that you saw with Robinhood a few days after the stock started listed, after the stock started trading, because he says, it's just so followed, of course. So he wouldn't be surprised if you saw that. He also wouldn't be surprised if Reddit were to really have to monitor more what is being said, the content that is being posted on the platform, if that were to be more scrutinized, if this were to become a public company.
Inez, just please don't post my latest AMC story that I wrote yesterday on Reddit. Now, my Twitter feed continues to go off, and it hasn't been positive, Inez.
I know, I saw that. I said, oh, there's a crowd that won't like this one.
Just covering my eyes. All right, Ines Ferre, we'll check back with you a little bit later.